The 6 principles of success. When considering improving your communication, it's helpful to have some guiding principles to help you maximize your success. The following 6 secrets are simple reminders that will help you stay on track as you're developing your communication skills. Firstly, know your outcome. There's nothing wrong with just communicating because you feel like it. However, if you get clear on your purpose or a particular outcome, then your powerful subconscious mind can rally resources to help you get there. Number 2, take positive action. What this means when it comes to communication is that, people should know what to do, they should know how you're feeling, and no, you shouldn't have to spell it out or remind them. However, if you're relying on mind reading for results, prepare to be disappointed. You have to do something if you want to communicate. Doing nothing is still communicating something, but it may not be what you're intending to communicate. So always ask yourself, have I actually communicated what I want? Principle 3, take responsibility. Should you take responsibility for somebody's reaction to what you said? We can't prevent people taking things the wrong way or getting offended, can we? After all, if you criticize someone in a language they don't understand, they can't be offended. So we know it's not what you said, but their reaction to what they think you said that's the problem. And they will need to own their reaction, of course. However, what we're talking about is whether I'm going to get my outcome from my communication. So if I want to achieve my outcome, I do need to take responsibility for what I communicated and the reaction it got. That way, if I can pay attention to the response, I can always adjust what I need to in order to get the outcome I was actually looking for. Role modeling excellence. Now, there are so many excellent strategies in the world for communicating. Find them, learn them, practice them, and hone them until you find one that works for you and your particular style. Find a role model who communicates the way you'd like to, examine what they do, and practice until you're getting similar results. There's no need to reinvent the wheel here. And in this training, there are plenty of excellent tried and tested strategies to show you what to do. Next is measuring results. By observing the reaction to your communication and by eliciting feedback when you don't have it, you can start to figure out if what you're doing is actually working, whether the message is getting through, whether it's getting through the way that you intended, and whether or not you're getting your outcome. But you need to pay attention and measure those results. Otherwise, you're kind of in the dark. And finally, be willing to change your approach and persevere. If you're willing to change your approach and persevere until you get your outcome, you will be guaranteed success. Perseverance is the key to success. Nothing else. Perseverance is the key to success. And in terms of using these principles, just remember probably the best way to use them is when you're not getting results, or if you're not getting results, come back to these principles and consider which step you think you might be missing. For example, perhaps you're not clear on your outcome. Perhaps you're assuming something knows something that they actually don't, or that they got the message when they actually didn't. Perhaps you're not accepting responsibility for the way that you've been communicating, and that's causing a lack of results, or it's being communicated in a way that's causing the wrong reaction, a reaction that you didn't want. Perhaps you've forgotten to use a strategy at all. Perhaps you've got a strategy, but you just forgot to use it. Perhaps you've not elicited enough feedback to know why you're not getting your outcome, or whether you've actually got it. And perhaps you're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result each time. Now, the cool thing about these principles is that they're not just applied to communication. If you apply these principles to any area of your life, you'll be guaranteed more success.